Tonight, the football world is waking up to a heartbreak that began as an ordinary non-league weekend fixture and ended with a family shattered and a sport forced to ask painful questions. Billy Vigar, a name that once carried the weight of Arsenal youth promise and the quiet determination of a player climbing the ladder, was playing for Chichester when, in a matter of minutes, everything changed. What started as a routine Isthmian League match at Wingate and Finchley was abandoned after barely a quarter of an hour when Vigar suffered a catastrophic brain injury. Those first chaotic moments are now fixed in multiple accounts. Teammates and medics sprinting on, an ambulance called, a club statement, later revealing that he was put into an induced coma and underwent surgery as doctors fought to give him a chance. On Thursday morning, that fight ended and the club confirmed he had died. The immediate human response was raw and unmistakable. Arsenal, where he joined the academy at 14 and signed professionally in 2022, posted its devastation and condolences. Derby, where he spent a loan spell, and other clubs and fans poured out words that could not take away the loss. Chichester postponed their next scheduled game against Lewes, and the small but tight non-league community began to grieve together. But grief is only the first layer of this story. As the condolences multiply, so do the questions. How did a young player collide with such consequence in a match that is supposed to be organised and regulated? Eyewitness reports and club releases say the match was halted after 13 minutes. The sequence of events, the fall, the assessment, the hospital transfer, the decision to operate, shows how quickly sport can become life and death. Those details point to uncomfortable truths about the gulf between resources at elite clubs and the realities of grassroots and semi-professional football. In top divisions, multiple medical staff, rapid evacuation procedures, and immediate specialist care are standard. In lower leagues, those standards vary dramatically, and a single incident reveals the human cost of that disparity. Fans on social media are rightly demanding answers about pitchside safety, the availability of medical equipment, training in emergency response, and whether current regulations are enough to protect players who are still forging careers and livelihoods. Administrators will be pressed to explain what medical provisions were in place, what happened in the minutes after the injury, and whether changes are needed across the Isthmian League and similar. There are also harder cultural questions. How do we balance the romance of non-league football, the local grounds, the volunteer stewards, the players with day jobs and dreams, with the responsibility to ensure those players are not exposed to unacceptable risks? Families and teammates now carry the private weight of what happened on that pitch, and a generation of young players watching tonight will understandably wonder whether chasing that dream puts them in harm's way. This is not about blame hunting. It is about practical, urgent reform. If one young life prompts leagues to standardise medical protocols, fund better pitch maintenance, require trained paramedics at matches, and create clearer rapid response pathways to specialist care, then his passing will have led to meaningful change. For now, communities are lighting candles, players are wearing black armbands, and fixtures are being rearranged as clubs and fans try to make sense of grief. But beyond the mourning, there is a quiet insistence growing louder that the structures of the game must protect every player, whether they wear the red shirt of a Premier League academy or the smaller badge of a local club. Billy Vigar's story is a reminder that talent and dedication do not make someone invulnerable, and that the cost of inaction can be devastating. As investigations and reflections begin, one simple human plea should guide the next steps: honour him by making the game safer for everyone who loves it.